Hey y'all. Hey everybody. Share this video. Listen, y'all been in my inbox since I posted my little before and after little video yesterday. So I'm just here to answer a few questions, to give y'all a few pointers on your weight loss goals, your body goals, whatever it is that you want to do before 2021. So away with New Year's resolutions, because people don't stick to them anyway. So I'm gonna wait for a few more people to jump on. Go ahead and share this video, especially if you got a girlfriend that want to lose weight, that needs to lose weight. And you've tried it before, of course, but you was not successful. So share this live, y'all. Charlie! Hey, Charlie! Are you done? Share the live, share the live, share the live. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing today on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday? Hey! Hey, Nene! Hi, Nene! So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if y'all can, share the live, especially if you got a homegirl that want to lose some weight. Because I've been getting a lot of questions about, I need to lose weight. Can you help me? Can you help me lose weight? Share the live, share the live. So I'm just gonna answer a few questions. So if y'all have questions about the products that I'm taking, or how to stay consistent, how to stay motivated, y'all could go ahead and drop your questions in the chat, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. No, I am not a bodybuilder. I'm not a fitness director. I'm none of those things. I'm just determined to do what it is that I do for me, right? Charlie, you gonna burp? So, hey, first things first, I have gotten a lot of DMs, and so when I get through with the live on Facebook, I'm going to jump over to Instagram, and she's doing good. She is actually 4 months today, y'all. So she just woke up too, so she a little, Charlie, tell him, hey. Charlie, like that light is just too bright. She is 4 months today. So I am literally 4 months postpartum. 4 months postpartum, baby. I have lost about 50 pounds. I have lost 50 pounds. So I am now back to pre-baby weight, because I gained about 50 pounds. So of course now, if y'all read my status earlier, my pastor said life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So of course, y'all know where I kind of left off. I left off last September. I had got down to about 195, 196. So the last time I weighed, I was like 198. So I've lost a little over 50 pounds. I'm like 198. So I hadn't weighed in a few days, so I may be a little lighter than 198. But my goal weight is to be 175 pounds. Now, one may think that I'm good already. Somebody told me last night, you don't need to lose no weight. Well, I'm not losing the weight for you. I'm not losing the weight for anybody. I'm doing this for myself. I know what I want to look like, and I know the person that I'm working on becoming, right? And so the person that I need to become, and this is just a goal and a standard that I've set for myself, because I am practicing, right? I'm practicing self-love. I'm studying every single day on studying principles and the laws of the universe to be able to attract more success, right? So most successful people, they have a daily regimen, they have a daily routine, they study, they pray, they have their rituals that they do. So of course, the person that I want to become, she weighs 175 pounds. That's just a personal goal that I have for myself. Now, how am I going to get there? I can only get there by setting a certain standard for myself. I can only get there by acting like the person that I want to become. Well, what does the person that I want to become, what does she do, right? She gets up every morning. She says her gratitude affirmations. She reads her Bible. She reads self-help, self-development books. Right now, I'm actually taking a master's class from the man himself, the guru of manifestation, and that's Bob Proctor. So I'm taking a master's class right now from Bob Proctor. I also entered into another course called Thinking into Results. This is where you basically learn how to reprogram your mind, reprogram your paradigm. Well, what is your paradigm? Your paradigm is simply a multitude of habits. Typically, if you like me, and you pretty much been getting some things that you don't really like, you attracting things and people and situations and circumstances that you typically don't like. The reason that we attract these things is because of our old bad habits, which is our old paradigm, right? You can move this up. So, in order for you to change, please don't roll over there. In order for you to change your old paradigm or your old habits, you have to practice new habits. So when I wake up in the morning, I say my gratitude exercise. I talk to myself, right? And so I talk to myself. I tell myself, tell myself you're more than a conqueror. You're a creator. You're amazing. You deserve to live the best life ever. You deserve the finer things in life. You deserve to live a life of luxury. You deserve to drive the car you want to drive. You deserve to be loved unconditionally. So I just tell myself all the things that I deserve, right? And another favorite affirmation of mine is I am open to receiving all the good that I deserve and I desire, right? I'm open to receiving all the good that I deserve and I desire. That's another affirmation. And so that's the person, right, that I need to become to start to attract more success. And it begins to get easier and easier and easier. So people DM me, how do you stay motivated? Like, how did you do it? How do you lose the weight? What do you eat? What are you doing, right? So you literally have to develop a new way of doing things. You have to develop a new habitual system. You have to develop new habits, right? And so due to me learning what type of habits that I had to break, and how do you break it? You break it by doing the habits creating habits that you know you're going to like and you're going to love. So now it's nothing for me to get up, pray, say my affirmations, talk to myself. Another mentor of mine, Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins talks about peak state, right? He talks about putting yourself in peak state. What is peak state, right? It's the state of being in your mind. Shanti, I couldn't connect the Bluetooth a while ago. I don't know what's wrong with it.
That phone isn't connected.
Huh? Your phone connected?
That phone is not connected.
But I'm trying to connect it. That's what I'm saying. I turned the Bluetooth on. I'm trying to connect it. Is your phone your Bluetooth phone? Because if one of the other devices are connected,
phone, yeah.
That's probably why. And so Tony Robbins talk about putting yourself in peak state. So when he talks about putting yourself in peak state, it really teaches you how to control your thinking, how to control your thoughts, right? And so when my old thoughts try to kick in, for instance, when my old thoughts be like, Kendall, you know you're hungry. You need to stop by McDonald's. Stop by McDonald's. Get you two. This is what I used to eat, y'all. Get you two, not one. Get you two fish fillet sandwiches, a large fry, a large vanilla milkshake with some caramel drizzle. That's what I would do, right? So when my old mind or my old paradigm tells me to stop and get that, guess what I have to do? I have to bombard my mind. I have to bombard those thoughts with my new habits and say, nope, Kendall, you know you got 35 more pounds to lose. You know you want to look like this. You know you want to act like this. You know this is the person that you said you wanted to become, right? So I have to continue to talk to myself. I have to continue to put myself in peak state. Well, what is peak state? Peak state is literally hyping yourself up, like getting in a really, really good feeling. Like, how do you do that? How do you put yourself, like if somebody make you mad, how can you turn around and make yourself happy like right at that moment? And so you got to learn how to bombard your mind with happy thoughts, happy things, you know, happy feelings, because everything that you attract is connected to the way that you feel, right? So I don't know why my Bluetooth, but I'm going to show y'all basically how to put yourself in peak state. So basically learning how to, yeah, love it. Learning how to put yourself in peak state. So you basically think of something or someone. Think of something or someone. Poo-poo, play right here. So mama finished the live. Here. Think of something or someone who makes you happy. Think of being loved unconditionally. Like, think of a loved one. Think of somebody who you know loves you unconditionally. Or think of how you feel when somebody does something really, really nice to you. Think of how you feel if somebody, you know, pays for your lunch or pay for your breakfast. Or think of how you feel. Like, for me, I think of how I feel when I think about my little baby. And so I do this even with my team, like my weight loss team, my TLC team. Like, I have a leadership group that I train every Tuesday on mindset principles, right? I also have a closed Facebook community for hairstylists only that I have literally started to help them transform their mindset. Remember, what you attract and how you lead your life and the habits that you do every day, like it's connected to how you feel about yourself, right? And so in order to put yourself in peak state, and we learned this with Tony Robbins. And now, this might look crazy to some, and it may look a little weird, but in order to put yourself in peak state, like for my motivational speakers that's out there, a lot of times if you ask a very, very high influential motivational speaker, they'll tell you that they, you know, before it's time for them to go out on stage, they be in the back and they be getting themselves hyped up. And they get their adrenaline going, right? And so I adopted this it's not really a new song. Hey, Kimberly, I did this live, baby, just for you. I did this live just for you. So if you just coming on, first share the video. And then I want you to go back and watch it from the beginning up until this point after the video's over with. So, I put myself in peak state like in the morning when I don't feel like getting up and I don't want to work out and some days I don't feel like saying gratitude affirmations. Some days I really just don't feel like it. But I know that's my old paradigm still trying, because you have to remember, like I'm 38 years old, right? So I've literally been doing the things that I do for 38 years. And so we wonder why we'll stop and then we'll start something and then we'll stop and then we'll start again and then we'll stop. But we might have a little bit of success and then we'll stop and then we'll start again. We might have a little success. We might lose a little weight or you may start another business endeavor or whatever it is, or you may start to write a book and then you get discouraged along the way and then you stop. So why do you constantly have this battle with yourself? It's literally your old paradigm. It's literally your old habitual routine, your old habits. And so really, in order to break those habits, it's just like with relationships. You used to attracting a certain type of man that unconsciously you attracting people that don't necessarily treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. And you wonder why, when you get out of that relationship, why do you attract same spirit, different person? Over and over. And I can speak on this, baby, because it used to be me, right? And so it's all a mindset. It's all your habitual habits over the years. And you are attracted to those familiar spirits. Now, if you understand, if you've ever heard of something called familiar spirits, give me some hearts. I just want to get some feedback because I see y'all watching, but y'all ain't interacting, right? So I'm going to show y'all how to get in peak state. And when you get in peak state, man, you'll be excited. Your adrenaline be rushing. Your heart be beating. You be in like a real good mood. And you feel like you can just go out, man, and you can conquer the world. And so Tony Robbins taught us in Unleash the Power Within, because I went to his event last year. Right, Charlie? Tony Robbins taught us last year how to put ourselves in peak state. And that just lets me know that we have the power to control our state of thinking. You control your mind. But for some reason, up until this point, you've allowed your mind to control you. Right? So I put myself in peak state. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready to get in peak state? If you at home, they're going to be looking at you. They might be looking at you a little crazy. But I'm going to show y'all how we get in peak state and how I get ready to work out and how I get ready to do when I do my training calls with my team. Because I got to be giving off a certain energy. And you've heard this affirmation. You got to be the energy or create the energy that you want to attract, right? And so when I get ready to go live in my Zoom calls with my team, and I want to put out positive energy, and I want to motivate them, and I want to move them without touching them physically, right? I got to put myself in peak state. So this is one of the songs that I use to put myself in that particular state of mind so that I can manifest exactly what I want in quantum time. What is quantum time? That's what some things would take some people 10, 20 years. You can do it in an instant. You can make it happen in a couple of months, right? Right, Charlie. So let's go. Let's put ourselves in peak state.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Bring them out, bring them out.
Shante!
Bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out.
So you put yourself in peak state.
VIP, coming live from the VIP. Heard nightlife, boss life, what I do.
So that's it. And you just hype yourself up. And you create in your mind exactly what you want to do. So if you got to jump, you got to jump. Right? And so that's it. So that's it. So when you hear that song, when I hear that song, I'm already knowing, like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to kick the devil in his face. I'm ready to conquer all my woes and my foes. I'm ready to kick the doors down. I'm ready to kick the brick wall down. Right, Jasmine. I'm ready for whatever, right? And so whatever song hypes you up or whatever you got to do to get that adrenaline going, right? Because I feel better now. I got a little bit more adrenaline going now before I start dancing to that song, right? So it's just to understand that's just an exercise or a technique to get yourself into, right, Shakira? Shakira, you already know about peak state, right? And so that's just a technique that some of the greats use to get their self going. Because I don't know about you, when you wake up in the morning, a lot of times you just don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. And so, y'all, they say if you hang around successful people, if you hang around 5 successful people, ultimately you're going to be the 6th successful person. So I've literally been hanging around all these successful millennials. I think I'm the oldest one in this new group that I'm in. And I met this young man in the Bob Proctor's master class. And so people be wanting to know what my strategy is. What you do, poo-poo? What you do, poo-poo? People be wanting to know what my strategy is. How do I stay motivated? How do I stay going? Like, how do I continue to do all the things that I do? Well, I've literally bombarded my mind with positive things and changing the way that I used to think and changing the way that I used to act and changing the way that I used to be and getting in my mind a picture of the person that I want to become, period. And then after that, all it takes is you to make a decision. Like, I have a slew of DMs and inboxes right now waiting on me to respond. People saying, I'm interested, you know, I want to lose weight. And this is just talking about weight loss. This is not talking about finances, relationships, business, or any of that, because I can talk about every last one of those areas, right? I can teach on every last one of those areas. But the people in my DM and in my inbox are saying, how can I lose weight? Or I'm interested, or count me in, or what do I need to do? Or Kendall, can you help me? And yes, I can help you. But at the end of the day, you got to do it yourself. So my first question to you is, what are your goals? These are for the people that's inboxing me, right? My first question to everybody who inbox me and DM me is, number one, what are your goals for yourself? Number two, how committed are you to yourself to see what you want come to pass? Because you're not going to be committed to me. You're going to be committed. You got to make a commitment to yourself. And then the third question is, what are you going to do about it? So if I tell you, hey, I get up every morning, I do my gratitude exercises, I write in my journal in my gratitude section, I have my goal cards, I wrote out my goals on my goal cards, I pray, I speak my affirmations to myself, I get myself in peak state, and then I put the picture on my mind of the person that I want to become. What does she look like? How does she dress? How does she act? How does she talk? Who does she hang around, right? And so when I put the picture of the person that I want to become on my mind, then guess what I have to do? I have to take action. So then I go in my kitchen, I take all my supplements. So in the mornings, I take my resolution drops, and I take those 3 times a day. And then I take my NRG, and then I take my NutriBurst, and then I go work out. And I do that as many times a week as I can, working out. I take my supplements every day. At night, before I go to bed, I drink my tea. And then I wake up the next morning and I do it again. And then the next day I do it again. And I do it again until it becomes a habitual habit. Listen, you can keep making resolutions. You can keep stopping and going. You can keep losing weight and gaining it back. You can keep going through those cycles. And the Christian world loves to say, child, the devil just didn't want me. Child, the devil just don't want me to make it. The devil, girl, I've been fighting the devil tooth and nail. No, you're not fighting the devil. You're fighting your old habits. You're fighting your old habits. Because anytime that you are used to thinking a certain way, and anytime that you are used to doing things a certain way, and you've done them for 10, 20, 30 years, that habit is not going to break overnight. But the way that you break that habit is literally making a decision that this is what I'm going to do. And I'm committed and sold out to myself. And so it's probably going to take you getting rid of some old friends. Listen, if you're ready to level up in your life, that's an indication that God is trying to get you to the next level. He's trying to get you your stuff. He's trying to get you your blessings. So if you feel that tug of, hey, who just joined? Dolores, Renee, Shannon. If you feel that tug to say, Dolores, you know, you need to lose some weight. Dolores, you know it's time to do this. You've been talking about you're gonna write a book. You've been saying you want to write a book, and you might pull the pad out and write a couple of sentences, and then you don't revisit that thing to another year. But you feel a tug. You saying, you know what? It's got to be more to my life than what I'm experiencing, and you feel that tug. 9 times out of 10. In order for you to see those things that you have been praying about, and you've been crying, and you've been praying, and you've been crying, and you've been praying, and you've been writing it down, but nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, right? And so typically We love to blame stuff on the devil. We love to do that. But all it is your old way of thinking. And when you begin to pursue a new way of life, when you begin to pursue a new way of thinking, when you begin to pursue another way of living, that old person, because the old Kendall continues to try to kill the new Kendall. But guess what? I've made a conscious decision that I'm open to receiving all the good that I deserve and I desire. And yes, I deserve it. And yes, I desire it. And yes, I deserve all the finer things in life. I deserve that. I deserve to be treated like a queen, the queen that God has called me to be, right? I deserve to be loved unconditionally. So guess what? If that requires Kendall to be a different Kendall, if that requires Kendall to become a better person, because you are going to attract exactly who you are. And we wonder why we keep attracting all this horrible, these toxic people. And we wonder why we keep attracting all these toxic relationships. And we wonder why we can't get along. We wonder why our name is always in some drama. It's because of your old habits. And so in order for you to attract different results, you got to start acting like the person that you want to become. And if you don't have an idea of the person that you need to become, get somebody to pattern yourself after. It is nothing wrong with being a copycat as long as you copying the right cat. If you don't know, you just simply don't know. So find somebody that you admire. Find somebody that you admire. Find somebody that leads with love. Grab a hold to their coattail and ride the wheels off, right? Ride the wheels off. And so that's basically all I've been doing. I have literally committed the rest of my life to making Kendall a better person. And guess what? When you become the person that you want to be, and when you really start to really be sold out to yourself, a lot of the BS that you allow into your life right now, you will no longer desire that. You will no longer, because we throw around self-love a lot. We throw those two words around, and I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people talking about self-love, I love myself. But it's certain things and it's certain actions that you will not indulge in if you really, really love yourself. It's certain things that you just not gonna eat. It's certain characteristics that will no longer be a part of your personality. It's certain words that's not going to come out of your mouth when you love yourself. It's certain company you just not going to continue to keep when you love yourself. It's certain relationships that you are going to literally detach yourself from when you love yourself, and it becomes easy. I remember a time in my life when it was so hard. Like, it was so hard for me not to entertain men, not to answer that DM or answer that inbox when they tell me you cute. Hell, I know I'm cute. I know I'm fine, right? And so that should not move you. That should no longer, when you start to become the person that you want to become, those compliments from other people will no longer move you, because guess what? When I wake up in the morning and I get in my peak state, and I start talking to myself and I start telling myself, Kendall, you're more than a conqueror. Kendall, you are a creator. Kendall, you can move people without touching them. Kendall, when you speak, you change people's lives. Kendall, when you speak, people listen. Kendall, people are seeking after the things that you know. Kendall, you are a multimillionaire. Kendall, you are one of the world's most sought out thought leaders. Kendall, you are best time New York best-selling author. And I continue to talk to myself and tell myself all the things that I deserve and I desire. And if I bombard my old mindset with those things, then guess what? When other people come up to me and say, oh, you fine or you cute, it don't move me. That will no longer move you. Because you already know these things, and you already know who you are. And so when Facebook DMs and inboxes and all that stuff come out of the woodworks, it will no longer move you. And it's really all about knowing and understanding Who are you? Who is the person that you need to become to attract the results that you want to attract in your life? Period. And then your body goals. They just gonna automatically come. Your body goals is gonna automatically come. You don't have to go have surgery, right? You want to sit up, Poo Poo? Poo Poo want to sit up. I want to sit up, Mommy. I don't want to lay back. Y'all, she is 4 months today. She's a big girl, and she done got to the point to where she don't like laying back. She want to sit up. I don't want to lay back, Mommy. I want to sit up. I want to sit up, Mommy. Yeah, I want to sit up. There we go. Right. So, body goals is just going to come so easy, y'all. Any questions? Because y'all been in my DM. Kendall, I need help. Kendall, can you help me lose weight? Kendall, what you taking? Kendall, what you doing? Who's serious? That's the question. Right? That's the question. Are you really serious about you? Huh, Charlie? Lay on her stomach now. She don't want to lay on her back. So who's committed? Who's sold out? Who's committed? Thank you. Thank you, Shanice. So that's basically it. Whoever just joined, share the live and go back and watch the replay. And that's how you get to your body goals. You gotta stop those old habits. And my products really help me, like, no cap, like, for real. No questions, but I just wanted to say you're beautiful. Why, thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. And you are beautiful too, my dear. And it's just like, as you continue to grow, you get prettier and prettier. Every time you post a new picture, you get prettier and prettier. And it's just something about when you start to bombard your life with positivity. Because you ever heard that, hey, Tiffany Brown, my classmate. You ever heard that saying that beauty shines from the inside out? Like, it is just something about having a peaceful life. It is something when you invite positivity into your life and you shut out drama and you shut out negativity, and you are always found with a book in your hand, right? So I'm gonna let y'all in on some things, and then I'm gonna get off. Because I can really talk about this stuff like all day, right? I can talk about this stuff all day. So I'm gonna show y'all 4 of my favorite books. Right now, 4 of my favorite books. One of them is not a book, it's actually like a guide. But my first favorite book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. My second favorite book, this is probably my first favorite book, that's probably my second. Because Wallace Wattles actually taught Napoleon Hill everything he knows. So how about my first favorite book is The Science of Getting Rich. And Wallace D. Wattles, and you see how thin this book is. Wallace D. Wattles actually talks about doing things in a certain way. And so if you watched this video from the beginning, I talked about putting yourself in peak state. inviting gratitude in, saying your gratitude affirmations, getting up every morning and reciting your goals and telling yourself, Kendall, you're more than a conqueror. Kendall, you're the head and you're not the tail. Kendall, you are above and not beneath. You're the lender and not the borrower. You are a creator of amazing things. Just telling yourself you deserve all the good that you deserve and you desire. You deserve it. You are worthy of living up your best life. You're worthy of sitting amongst the elite people in the world. You're worthy of sitting on a panel with everybody who has PhDs and doctorate degrees, but the only thing you have is life experience, right? And so my name is entering into rooms that I haven't even walked in yet. People of high influence is calling my name. They're calling on Kendall. They're saying, hey, we need what you have. Hey, can you come and speak to our audience? Hey, can you come and train my company on mindset? Hey, this Fortune 500 company is calling Kendall in to motivate their people and to talk about mindset and talk about how you've overcame adversity. And my name is being mentioned in those rooms. And these people are finding out who I am simply because of my experience and how I've, came up against all odds and adversity and situations and life circumstances that has tried to kill me. And I was able to just stomp on them, right? I was able to just kick the brick wall down and just walk on through the door, right? And so Wallace D. Wattles talks about doing things in a certain way. And so I read this book as well as listen to the audio. And I listen to it over. I talk about the power of repetition. Also in Think and Grow Rich, they talk about the power of repetition. The power of repetition is actually getting up every day. You got to get up every day and feed yourself these affirmations and talk to yourself and tell yourself you're worthy. You're more than a conqueror. I'm coming out of this stronger, better, and wiser, right? I'm coming out of whatever it is that you're going through, right? And so he talks about doing things in a certain way. And that's one of the things that you have to do in order to bombard that old way of thinking, that old routine. The only way that you're going to change your entire life, meaning if you're overweight, if you're fat, if you don't like the way your body looks, you got the power to change it. And the only way that you're going to change it, you have to stomp out. You got to change your paradigm. You got to have a complete paradigm shift. How do you shift your paradigm? You got to read. You got to bombard that old paradigm with all this amazing information. The things that they tried to hide from us. Right? I've always heard this saying say, if you want to hide something from black people, put it in a book. Because black people don't like to read, man. Black people don't like to read. So again, my favorite book, Think and Grow Rich. The Science of Getting Rich. And then my second book, Think and Grow Rich. And look what's on the inside as my bookmark, y'all. Money. And guess who's on the money? A black man. I did that intentional. This black man is actually on money. This is Bohemian. This is Bohemian dollars because I went to Bahamas and I came back with some of the Bahamas money. And I decided to make this because it had a black man on the money. Right? And I know what I want to attract. Not chase, but attract. Right? So I use this money with a black man on it because you typically wouldn't think that a black man be on money. But it's other countries, y'all, that's ran by black people. We just don't hear about it and we don't talk about it. But anyway, so Think and Grow Rich. Another one of my fave, which is the master's class that Bob Proctor's teaching out of right now live. Y'all, I actually have gotten a chance to make another one of my dreams come true. And that is actually be coached by the man himself, Bob Proctor. He wrote this book called You Were Born Rich. And as y'all can see, he put my name at the bottom before they mailed it out to me. And he autographed it. He autographed it and put my name on it. So that's another dream come true, right? And I actually attended Unleash the Power Within last year with Tony Robbins. And this is more of just like a workbook guide with some amazing intellectual information. And I literally bombard my mind with this information every day, whether I'm watching a video, whether I'm inside of the master's class and I'm watching a previously recorded video, or every Tuesday when we're on the master's class, I listen to Bob Proctor. And guess what? Every Tuesday, just about, he talk about the same stuff. How to change your old paradigm. How do you do that? He talk about a paradigm shift. He talk about the image maker. How do we see ourselves? What do you talk? How do you talk to yourself? How do you see yourself? A lot of us don't see ourselves in a very positive light, because we tell ourselves that we're not pretty enough. We tell ourselves that we're not small enough, or I'm not worthy enough, or I'll never experience that, or I can't afford that, or I'll never be able to meet that type of man that treats me like the queen that I know I am, or I'll never be able to sit amongst those people because those are bougie people, and I'm not bougie, or those are like well-to-do people. No, you deserve to sit amongst the elite. No, you deserve to experience a luxurious lifestyle. You deserve to drive the type of car that you want to drive. You deserve to live in the type of house that you want to live in. You deserve a beautiful relationship. You deserve a beautiful marriage. You deserve to have a beautiful relationship with your children. You deserve to be like living in a healthy body. So you know what? Here lately, I just been really like looking at myself, and I actually love the person that I'm becoming. I really do. I love the person that I'm becoming, and every day, I'm changing, and every day I'm changing, and I'm becoming better and better and better and better and better, right? Applying these principles to my life. And guess what? If you do not practice the right principles, you will never, ever be able to participate in the promises of God. The earth is governed by laws and principles. Today, my pastor spoke on systems. The earth was put together by a system. Your body has an endocannabinoid system. Your body has a ecosystem where it heals itself. Right? Our bodies is so powerful. I cut my hand, y'all, last week. I cut my hand really, really bad. I was doing a haircut. Charlie, what's the matter? I was doing a haircut, and I cut my hand last Thursday, I believe. Cut it real bad. And I put peroxide and alcohol on it the first night, wrapped it up. I unwrapped it, let some air get to it, never put any more medication on it since. Guess what? I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't go get stitches. I didn't even keep putting ointment on. I didn't do anything. But guess what? My cut is literally healing on its own. That's because our bodies is created to heal itself. Our bodies is created to heal. Our bodies and our minds are created to create. And newsflash, if you're not creating, you're disintegrating. My pastor today also said, he said, your life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Meaning you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable. Every morning that I wake up and I work out, I'm uncomfortable because I don't want to get up and do it. But I know the person that I need to become, right? I know the person that I want to become to attract quality people, to attract the right people. The person that I want to become, she got to get up every morning. She got to pray. She got to talk to God. She got to cultivate her gifts. She got to read the Bible. She got to go to church. She got to stay connected. In order for me to draw other people so that their lives can be changed, guess what? It's some things that I got to make sure I change in my life. And I got to get uncomfortable every day. When I go live, believe it or not, when I go live, I'm uncomfortable because I could really be sitting back chilling, playing with my baby. But God said, nope, You got to get up and you got to share. You got to tell the people. Because people are looking for answers. People are looking for a way out. What is a way out of what? A way out of their nightmare. Because if you're not attracting all the things that you love and you desire, and you're tired of scrolling on Instagram and Facebook and watching everybody else win, and you tired of scrolling on TikTok and social media and YouTube and watching people continue to go forth, and you watching people continue to level up in their life, and you just sitting like, dang, when is it gonna be my turn? When am I gonna be able to do that? When am I gonna be able to really level up and feel that feeling that makes me feel good, that makes me appreciate life? You got to get uncomfortable. If it was easy, everybody would be successful, but it's not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So if y'all are ones that you really, if you're in a place where you are really ready to level up in your life, and I'm talking about all areas, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, if you really ready, don't waste my time. DM me and join the movement. DM me. Join my team. Whatever you got to do to get into alignment and stay connected, because it's so much bigger than just what y'all see on the surface. People's lives are literally being changed by being personally connected to me. Now, am I tooting my own horn? Absolutely not. Go back and watch the video a couple of posts back. And look at he's been speaking over my life. He's been telling me what I'm supposed to be doing in the earth. But I've been running from it because I was afraid of commitment. I was afraid, y'all. I didn't like to commit. I'm going to go, there you have it. There you have it. I admit my flaws. I didn't like commitment. And so he said, you're going to be committed and you're going to serve. And you're going to help people change for real because you got the keys. You got the keys, Kendall. And people watch you. And people's lives are blessed by watching you. And I get it. I understand it now. And guess what? I'm sold out to the call that God has on my life. I'm sold out. So if you are really serious and you want to be a part of something amazing, you want to be a part of a group of women that are doing some amazing things that's really changing their lives. And I'm going to start bringing them on so that they can share their testimony. I'm going to start bringing them on my live so they can tell y'all, because, I can stand here all day and talk about me. But I'm going to start bringing them on. So if you are really serious, number 1, about changing your whole life. Number 2, about weight loss. Inbox me. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. When you say, Kendall, I need your help, I'm going to ask you, number 1, what's your goals? Number 2, how committed are you to seeing your goals come to pass? Number 3, you got to be ready to take action. What are you going to do to make it happen? All right, y'all. So I love y'all. It's your girl, Kendall T. Johnson, and I'm signing off.